Before time existed, before the stars were hung in the sky, before the universe took its first breath, something unimaginable happened. In the vast silence of eternity, God made his very first creation, a celestial being of unimaginable glory, wisdom, and light. But who was this first angel? Why is his name almost never mentioned? And why has this truth been hidden in shadows for so long? You've heard of archangels like Michael, of the fallen Lucifer, of the mysterious Metatron. But could one of them actually be the first? Or is there another name, one whispered in the silence between heaven and earth, that reveals a truth no one dared to speak? Prepare yourself, because what you're about to hear may change everything you thought you knew about angels, the spiritual world, and the divine hierarchy. Open your mind, open your heart, and most importantly, pay attention, because this is not just a story, it's a revelation. Let's uncover the forgotten truth about the first angel ever created by God. Imagine being the first light, the first breath, the first to behold the face of God. Today we go beyond space and time to unravel the mystery of the first angel created by God. The Bible introduces us to various heavenly beings, but one name, and perhaps the most important of all, remains shrouded in mystery. Some believe it was Lucifer, the most beautiful and wise. Others point to Michael, the defender of truth and heavenly order. And there are those who whisper the name Metatron, the celestial scribe described in mystical writings as the first and most powerful being of light. But what do we really know? While archangels like Michael and Gabriel are clearly named in the scriptures, the first angel ever created might be intentionally unnamed. Some theologians suggest that God concealed this name to preserve a mystery far beyond human understanding. It is as if this angel's identity is hidden to shield divine secrets, kept sacred for eternity. This omission is seen not as an oversight, but as a divine strategy to keep humanity humble. The absence of a name may signal that the identity itself holds immense power or meaning. Perhaps the very knowledge of this being's name could alter the way humans perceive creation. Many scholars argue that it may have been removed or never recorded to avoid the rise of idolatry. After all, if mankind knew the name of the first and most glorious angel, would we be tempted to worship him? Would history be different? Would religions have divided even further? This possibility invites awe and caution. For if this being was created first, his closeness to God may surpass all others. And yet, despite such grandeur, he remains hidden, a presence without a title, a light without a label. In ancient Jewish mystical traditions, especially in the Kabbalah, Metatron is portrayed as the first light being, created directly by God. Described as the heavenly scribe, Metatron is believed to stand closest to God's throne, recording divine decrees and guiding spiritual wisdom. Some believe he was once the man Enoch, transformed into Metatron, but others argue he was divine from the very beginning. The Kabbalists view Metatron not only as a being of supreme knowledge, but as the bridge between the human and divine. He is the celestial secretary, the one who documents every word spoken in heaven, every prayer whispered on earth. If he truly was the first angel, then he carries the oldest and deepest mysteries of the cosmos. His name appears in mystical texts, but never directly in the Bible, another layer of enigma. The Zohar suggests he is the lesser Yahweh, a reflection of God's will in the spiritual realm. Could it be that Metatron was so holy, his true form had to be veiled behind layers of interpretation? And if so, how much power did God entrust to him? Before his fall from grace, Lucifer was a radiant being called the Son of the Morning. His beauty, wisdom, and power surpassed all others. Many theologians speculate that Lucifer, due to his elevated position, could have been the very first angel created. His fall, then, would have been the greatest betrayal, from first to fallen. If Lucifer was indeed the first, his creation must have been extraordinary. Imagine the perfection, the brilliance, the unimaginable trust that God placed in him. And yet, that same brilliance may have been his downfall. Pride, perhaps born from the knowledge of being first, could have festered into rebellion. This transforms Lucifer's story into one of tragic irony. From Lightbringer to the Prince of Darkness, from firstborn of heaven to the tempter of mankind. If he was the first, then his fall didn't just mark disobedience. It marked a cosmic rupture. The very foundation of celestial order was shaken. And that story, hidden in poetic verses of Isaiah and Ezekiel, might be humanity's oldest warning. Michael is the warrior of heaven, the archangel who led the heavenly army against Lucifer. Could it be that only the first angel had the authority and strength to defeat such a powerful rebel? Some believe Michael's unwavering loyalty and power make him a prime candidate for the first angelic creation, a protector from the beginning. Michael is more than a warrior, he is heaven's defender. His name means, "Who is like God?" a direct challenge to Lucifer's pride. Some scholars argue that God created Michael not only first, but with a singular purpose, to be the eternal guardian of divine order. Unlike other angels who serve roles in communication or healing, Michael wages spiritual war. If he was first, then his sword was forged before time began. Perhaps he watched over the other angels as they were created, mentoring them, leading them. His confrontation with Lucifer may not have been a mere battle. It may have been a confrontation between siblings, between the first and the fallen, and that idea alone carries immense emotional and spiritual weight. According to many theological perspectives, angels were created before the foundations of the world. The first angel, then, predates time itself. Imagine a being who has existed beyond the concept of past or future, existing solely in divine presence, witnessing every moment of creation unfold. In the book of Job, it is said that the morning stars sang together when God laid the earth's foundation, implying the angels were already present. But the first angel would have seen it all: the formation of galaxies, the fall of Lucifer, the rise of humanity. He would remember the divine breath that gave life to Adam. He would have seen every covenant, every prophecy, every fulfillment. Existing beyond time, this angel would not age, not tire, not forget. And perhaps this timeless nature is what sets him apart. We think of angels as messengers, but the first angel may have been more: a witness, a guardian, a living archive of all divine history. Not all angels have wings and swords. Some may be beings of pure energy and consciousness. The first angel could have been formed not with a task, but as a direct manifestation of God's essence, a being of pure light, reflecting divine will and glory in its most perfect form. In many mystical traditions, light is the first language of God. Genesis tells us that God said, "Let there be light," and perhaps the first angel was that very light. Not bound by form or function, this being may not even appear as humanoid. Imagine an entity of radiant brilliance, not limited by space, form, or dimension, a spiritual prism channeling divine power into the realms below. If the first angel was light, then he is the thread that weaves through all creation, and perhaps he still shines, not in the sky, but in every act of goodness, every whisper of truth, every divine spark that awakens a soul. While we hear of angels delivering messages or battling evil, the first angel may serve in total silence. Hidden from history, this being could be observing humanity, ensuring balance, or standing watch over sacred realms we cannot see. Silent, but ever present. Some traditions speak of the watcher angels, not the fallen ones, but the loyal observers. This first angel may never have been assigned a dramatic task. Perhaps his role was to simply be, to exist as a stabilizing force in the spiritual structure. Silence is not absence. It's reverence, discipline, and sacred power. We tend to notice what is loud and visible, but divine reality often moves in stillness. Maybe this angel's power lies in restraint, in watching, in upholding divine equilibrium while never revealing himself. He may be the quiet sentinel at the edge of creation, holding the spiritual boundaries in place so that chaos never reigns. Perhaps the most fascinating idea is that God never revealed the name of the first angel to anyone, not to prophets, not to scribes. Why? Maybe because that knowledge holds divine power, or maybe revealing it would lead to pride or idolatry. Whatever the reason, the first angel remains the greatest hidden mystery of the celestial realm. Throughout Scripture, names are power. Names signify destiny, authority, and purpose. So the absence of a name for the first angel is not an accident. It's a message. We are being told that not all truths are for us to grasp, that some mysteries must remain sacred, protected from corruption. Imagine if humanity knew the name of the first angel. Would we build monuments, write prayers, or even form sects in his honor? God, in his infinite wisdom, may have chosen silence over spectacle, and that silence echoes throughout the ages, reminding us that in the divine order, humility is greater than knowledge, and reverence is more powerful than curiosity. The mystery of the first angel created by God invites us to contemplate more than names or positions. It's an invitation to reflect on the purpose of creation, the divine hierarchy, and the spiritual order that governs both heaven and earth. Was it Metatron standing beside God's throne as the divine scribe? Was it Lucifer, the most beautiful, whose pride turned into rebellion? Or Michael, the faithful warrior of light? Perhaps the answer lies not in choosing one, but in understanding that the divine plan is filled with layers, and some truths are meant to stay hidden, awakening awe and wonder in those who seek. But one thing is certain: before anything was, the light of the first angel burned bright, and it may still shine, guiding the universe silently, faithfully, forever. Thank you for staying with us until the end of this journey. If this video opened your heart or sparked your curiosity, let us know in the comments. Which theory do you believe? Who do you think was the first angel ever created by God? Don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel for more deep spiritual content, and hit the bell so you never miss a revelation. And before you go, click the video on the screen now to keep exploring the mysteries of the angels and the divine world. Until next time, stay blessed and keep seeking the truth.